We're live. Hello, everybody, and hello, our beautiful Nick. How are you?
I think I'm all right. I'm sort of going through some weird sensory stuff at the moment, to be honest. But apart from that, yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just like, oh, what does this mean? What is this? What's this supposed to do with me? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's interesting that you say that because it's almost I woke up this morning for the first time and felt really centered and really onto it, and I went, oh, this is interesting. So I feel
Mm,
there's been some sort of shift, and
mm,
yeah, so I don't know how everyone else is feeling. Hi, Gillian, Marie, Kylie, and Christine's on as well.
Oh,
You
hi,
let us know,
everyone.
how have you been feeling? I mean, we've had weird weather here on the Gold Coast. There was a
Mm,
lot of spraying on Friday, and they were massive. And I was just like, oh, wait, no, yeah, Thursday or Friday. Wait for the rain, and sure enough, it hasn't stopped raining since virtually. Um, which is quite unusual for this time of year. So
mm,
yes, and that's so everyone's sort of been stuck inside a
yeah,
little bit more
yeah.
than usual.
It is actually funny because I'm feeling very floaty today and I've been feeling great. But I just said to Marie, I had a Friday night, it was, I could not sleep at all. And I've been fully aware of waking up, going in, at various stages, thinking, right, now what? What's going on? There's something going on. And then just trying to relax back in. But it's the first time in a long time that I felt this sense of sleepiness come over me during the day. But
Mm.
I don't know whether it's a bit of a catch up, but I actually feel strange today, and there's been a lot of weird things going on. So, what's Christine say? A feeling of lots of light around today, within and without.
There you go. So that's sort of
Mm,
really, just tapping into maybe what you've been feeling as well.
yeah,
Definitely been upgrades going on. I've been getting just slight little headaches at that atlas point at the back of
yes,
the neck.
yes,
And it's like, oh, hang on, I had that about a month ago, and it was like bang. And so, and the ears, but that's settling a little bit. So I don't know if anyone's been getting any physical symptoms with all of our upgrades. So Marie's had some stuff going on. Oh, there you go.
yeah. Last couple of days, ringing is louder. Yesterday, even sharper. It felt like I was vibrating. Felt like hair on my arms was standing on end. Mm,
Yes.
yes,
And
yes.
this is what's
That's it.
happening.
Mm,
Yeah. It's, our electromagnetic system is being upgraded, literally expanded, and um, it's more crystalline frequency, and definitely, I mean, you can just feel it. It is crazy. And so, Marie, with what I'm getting for you with that as well, is do you run the white light to actually clear through your electromagnetic body, or what we call our light body? Because that might actually help as well. Because I know when I ground in, if my ears are going crazy, I just ground into the grid lines, run some white light, maybe run the violet flame, and I find that that does tend to clear a little bit of those symptoms.
mm.
So I don't know if anyone else is sort of feeling sort of strange, weird things like that, then yeah, it doesn't take long, a few seconds literally, and you can do it.
Mm,
So
yeah,
that might help.
that
Yeah.
frequency has been coming in my ear sporadically too, and it's often when I'm talking to somebody and I'll be talking a truth, like it's something that I really know that I want to share with them. And as
Yeah.
I say it, this thing comes in, and now I've recognised I'm seeing a pattern, which I think I was meant to see, and it's like okay, once I recognise it, it subsides quite quickly, but I know that it's still incoming. I'm just not having the physical symptom as much anymore. So
Yeah,
it's like, okay, fine.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel, and the more crystalline we become, I feel the more clearing we've done. And so therefore we
Mm,
don't have to maybe go through so many
mm,
of those light body symptoms. So it's like we
mm.
fine tune. So
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
Hi,
exactly.
Sherry. Nice to see you on.
Me
So
too.
yeah, so just to let us know, and if you've been having any synchronicities or any just noticing things, it's so interesting because I'll know like the day before something is going to happen or whatever, I'll just get this, oh, that's going to happen. Okay, got it. And it
Yeah.
does.
Yes,
It's knowing.
exactly. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And that's where it has to be. I pulled this card today. It's the White Raven spirit. Well, it didn't. It literally jumped out of the cards. Funny enough. And I know we were talking about the Black Raven. I think I don't know. It was last
Do you
week
know
or
that
week
I pulled the
before.
Black Raven for today for everyone as
Oh,
well?
did
So
you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
so we've
And
got a balance here now.
we've got a balance here.
Interesting. And
So
this
that
is,
one
oh,
came up.
yeah. Hello,
So
black and white ravens.
I know, that's interesting. So what does your white raven say?
It says trust in the magic. And so, and it's number 66, and that number's been coming up for me everywhere lately, any combination of the sixes. And
Oh,
as soon as I
yes.
saw that card, I sort of felt this, I thought of white chocolate, and that, you know, I thought, what's the metaphor for that even? Like, I mean, there'd be a reason I got that straight away when I saw it. But this is all about synchronicities, and it's about recognizing them when they happen. And the more you put attention on the synchronicity when it happens, the more that you will be given that will show the magic that exists in our world. And that it's not about our mind making those things happen. It's actually about our soul and our will and our destiny and all of these things. So it's just like it's, as the veil starts to become thin, meaning that as we rise in frequency, we can start seeing the synchronicities. But bring your attention to it. The more aware you become of it, the more they start coming in.
I mean, look at what we both pulled today, just for example. And do you know that the name that goes with this from the Animal Magic deck is White Magic?
Aha. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it, how that synchronicity sort of has come through. And, you know, the raven, it's really tapping into our ancient wisdom and just remembering more about who we are. So, yeah. So the magic, it's everywhere, you know, like you say, when you absolutely focus on it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you've said this, Gillian.
I'm doing it in my sleep. I have dreams in my dreams, and I will say the tour leader, we need to do this. I've already dreamed it. Yes, brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
So
in my dreams, I've been sitting on balconies watching the parade and thinking I can see what is happening up under the surface, or looking under flowers of quilts and saying I can see what is under petals.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
That's amazing. And that's that knowing and that insight and the clairvoyant, you know, that just that clear cognizance as well about things.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
And I was telling Nick last night, I was going, I can't get to sleep. But then when I opened my eyes, I went, but I was dreaming, so maybe I was asleep. And yeah, it was so weird. It was like being completely in two whole zones, and but really thinking I wasn't. So
yeah. Because I've been having these conversations with people, and it happened on Saturday. I had friends pop over, and they were there for quite some time. So we had some really good conversations, and then we talked about other friends, and we're just wishing them really well and hoping that they can sort some things out in their lives. Nothing tragic. It's just good things, you know, planning. And while we were talking, you know, when you just start talking and you think, where is this information coming from? And you know it's coming from like a higher source of you. But it's just like, I'm feeling this, I'm sensing this. And I was like predicting what I felt would happen, what would unfold. That very night, I was at that person's place that we were talking about, and I could see how excited they were when we walked in, because I thought, they've got something to share. And honestly, it was like word for word. If I had written down what I'd said to that lady earlier on in the day and brought that and shared it with them, I think they would have fallen off their chairs. It was just blowing me away. And it was just this constant knowing that what I was saying at the time, because it felt right, was going to show itself. So, and that happens in dreams all the time as well.
Yeah. So you so what do you think that was showing you? Where do you, can you put a picture to that, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, first thing I've been getting, because I have been asking this in my dreams, is show me something to do with some of my skills that are coming in, what I'm expanding into. And I felt that was a knowing, that clear, cognizant thing coming in for me, and also maybe seeing the reality that's already taken place. This is the time thing that's happening for me as well. It's this shifting of time. And one of the other card that I pulled this morning talks about that. It's about our shape shifting and our timeline shifting. And this one is in Thailand. It's spelt in a way that lots of people pronounce it differently. I say Mitragina or Ginia, but it's a herb very similar to, or the kratom is what they call it in Thailand. They chew it. It's actually being used in medicinal ways, but it allows the balance of these. Put it this way, you can use any herbal medicine and you can use it to the detriment or not use it at all. But you're looking at the guidance of this card and what its meaning is, and the guidance of the balance of it is it's telling you to bring in the synchronicities, to bring in the knowledge, because it is all about this shifting that we're doing. And like you said, it's like we're shifting into different timelines. We're shifting into different realities, and we're actually becoming really aware of it in this reality. It's so strange.
Yeah, it is. Well, we are multidimensional beings,
Yeah.
you know, and just because we've got a body doesn't mean that we can't actually be in more than one dimension. So, which is pretty amazing. So, yeah, I love that. I just have Marie's been having a few
digestive issues too. I'm not liking food much. I feel like a picky eater trying to find food I eat and enjoy. Yes, I get that too sometimes. Not major issues, but I understand what you're saying there. It's the body doesn't need to eat as much anyway now.
It doesn't. And it just knows what it wants, you know. You know, even with some maybe supplements my body might want, and then all of a sudden I'll go, oh no, it doesn't want that anymore. So it's just really just tuning into it, isn't it? And so being a picky eater is a very good thing, Marie.
Listen to your body. Always listen to your body. Problem is that I listen to my body and there's nothing in the house that matches it.
I know. And it's like, oh, what do I do now? So
but then that's when I just use my focus and say, well, I don't need anything, obviously. I'll just have some water or a tea or something, and that'll be enough.
Yeah, exactly. So what's Jillian? Oh, we've done that one. Okay, so Sherry.
Oh, not a dream, but I keep hearing things around mirrors, cracks in mirrors, self-reflection, man in the mirror, inversion, sleeping beauty. Imagine that was a dream, though. That's what I'm saying is I don't think there's any difference now. I think if we're hearing and seeing things, they're synchronicities that we need to listen to, which are just like what our dreams have been doing for us, but now they're happening in our reality here.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because Clive, my cat, if I've got my double mirrored doors completely shut so that you can see the whole mirror, and he's come out of the bathroom because he loves hanging in the bathroom with me, he'll just look at it, he'll get real cranky and he'll swipe at it and then he'll keep walking, whereas if it's open he'll actually sit there quite comfortably. So interesting. Cats are very, very sensitive to that, aren't they? I'm just going to pull a couple of cards on this one because I think there's more to this as well. Yeah. I really do, because I'm getting a lot of heat coming through. Queen of Swords has come up with this to start with. So now the Queen of Swords to me is someone that's always direct, speaks truth, clarity. So maybe the mirror is actually giving more clarity at the moment, so we can see more aspects of ourselves. Yeah, and it's coming through fast because that Eight of Wands has come up. So I feel it maybe gives us downloads or gives us insights, and we might even only take them in subconsciously to start with, but it's almost like a little trigger for us. So yeah, the Hermit, because for some reason I feel too we'll go in and go, oh, contemplate something. What is that coming up for? Oh wow, what's that about? So maybe mirrors at the moment, because I know I've actually been doing a little bit of mirror work, which I haven't done in a very long time. So yeah, I think maybe there's something in all that.
And I'll read what the book says, Marie, because you're spot on. It's the self-meeting self, which is what, if you have to explain what mirror work is to someone, I think that's a perfect example there. Okay. Seeing the world through your own programs and attitudes, it could also mean you're being critical of others and need to look at yourself instead. So obviously it depends where you are on that journey. But yeah, mirrors are interesting, aren't they?
Yep, that's when I was doing a lot of other timeline work years ago. I would do a lot of mirror work, and I could see my whole face change. I could see everything change when I was doing that mirror work. It was quite extraordinary. So, yeah.
And we know that a lot of the fairy tales were sort of a little bit warped when they told us, you know, from mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. But I also feel there's a lot of truth in some of those fairy tales as well. They were actually they're telling us the truth, but warping it some way.
Yeah.
That it wasn't
definitely.
Yeah.
So, have you read that book? I don't know if I've got it. I'm just looking in my bookcase. I might have given it away. I usually give stuff away. Women Who Run with the Wolf. I think it was Estes or something. Unbelievable. And when I was reading that, I was about 26 or 27 when I started reading that book, and I just randomly opened it up, and everything that I was experiencing in my dream state, like being paralyzed and thinking I was on my stomach, and I could hear the front door open and someone came in and I could feel them literally stabbing me in the back with a knife. And I'm like going, oh my God. And then I'd wake up. I'd go, oh my God, it was just a dream. I'd open it up randomly, and then it would explain what that was all about. Like this rite of passage when you hit like 27. And it was unbelievable how that just shifted so much stuff. So, yeah. Unbelievable.
I've still got some variation of that book on my bookshelf. I must go and have a look at it later today and flick through it again. It was one of those things I'd pick up and I'd just open it up to a page, and it always seemed so pertinent. It was like a message that I needed to hear.
Absolutely. And the Bluebeard story was really interesting when she went sort of deeper into that as well. So, yeah, because that was a pretty horrifying fairy tale. But, so Christine, you've been having the same thing.
Oh, yes. I've noticed I've started dreaming before I'm really asleep. So cool. Yeah.
So is it a dream or are we somewhere? And, you know, it's interesting because this is why I put up the actual title today. I thought, okay, so I put up, what is the importance of having computers or phones appear in dreams? Because I was telling Nick just before we started, I was just sitting in a room and there was someone opposite me, and anyway, they got up to walk out. I went, oh, it's my brother. He's the one that passed away about a year ago. And he went out the door, and I went to try and find him, and he was gone. And then there was a computer there, and this guy was saying, oh, you're going to get down to your message. And it was in a little box, and it could have been a meme or it could have been a written word. I couldn't quite see it. He said, but as soon as you touch it, it's going to disappear. And sure enough, as soon as I clicked on it, it disappeared. And I went, well, that's really weird. And so, you know, looking at computers, I mean, I haven't got my dream book with me.
I have.
Has it got computers in there? I know you've got the newer version.
Yeah, it's got, and it's also got, we'll reference a few others that I had a look at. It's funny sometimes you expect to see certain things in here and then you don't see them at all. And you think, well, why isn't it not in here?
I know.
Yeah, computer, yeah. So computing, so that's the book we're talking about for those that are new. Your mind is a computer. Your thoughts, words, and actions create your reality. Watch what you program. This will determine your life.
Fascinating. So, yeah, if I take that back to me, I can erase things before they come out. So I don't actually create something that maybe is not.
Yeah, but I'm getting something else with that too, Marie.
Okay. Tell me.
I'm actually getting that because it was a quick flash and you didn't actually know what it said. It's almost, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look out, keep an eye out for those quick flashes of things that are happening in.
True.
They'll expand into something more and more and more, and it's like and as we're crossing into a whole new phase again, I feel that's probably what it is. It's another opening. It's another portal that we're about to step into, and you're just getting that quick. You know, it's a bit like when a computer starts up. You know, the old computers, they took a while. Mine still does sometimes. It does a few weird things, but there's not, the image is not quite there ready for you to look at. You know, first it's got the black screen and then it's got the sound and then it's got a bit of a wait period. That's what I felt. You just saw the quick starting point of something. Yeah,
definitely. It didn't feel bad. It wasn't negative at all. It was just, I was just amazed that it just went and went. Yeah. Like I'd never seen that happen before on a computer. And I went, wow, that's really clever. So,
and your brother, was your brother in that dream, did you say? Yeah, I feel like he's a guide and he's the one. He's literally, he walked out of the room, didn't he?
Yeah.
and you couldn't find him because you're not just ready. That I just actually makes more sense to me now that he was showing you there's a doorway. He's gone out. He's gone in that
Oh,
direction.
true.
And he's
Yeah.
saying, look, you'll see it. You'll eventually see it. And
Yeah.
you're just getting a bit of it now because I do feel that I'm careful about how much I ask for, because if you ask for too much, it can either make you feel physically ill, or cause an
Yes.
illness within you, or it can cause psychosis in some people if they're inclined that way. So I just take it in a nice pace. And yes,
Yeah.
yes, the whole computer thing, interesting, because it
and
is
it's so
about.
interesting. I know he's around at the moment, and he hasn't been around a lot. And because I started to rewatch the Star Wars series, because I watched the first one when it came out at the drive-in theater. I was like, fairly, I was like, what, 15, I think, and I was just, or 17, and I was like mesmerized with this new technology that they had, and his favorite thing was Star Wars. So we had a Star Wars theme for his send-off. It was really cute, and I got the hit. That's right, I have to watch the Star Wars again because there's another one coming out in April, and he keeps dropping in now that I'm watching Star Wars. So I went, okay, there's something in this, I think. So I always know when I get a hit to watch something or rewatch something.
Yeah, and there might be, and once again, this may not happen for you, Marie, but for anyone else that's experiencing these things, there might be suddenly something that comes up in your reality where you suddenly see your attention is drawn towards it. You might be standing in a shop and someone's saying, oh, I've just got this computer, just a message came up and then I can't find it again. Or it could be that you'll actually see a visual of an image, something on a screen somewhere. They're the things that we look out for, because what it's done is you've recognized something within you, and then it goes, now I can expand even more because you've integrated it. Yeah.
It's true. So, and it's like with phones, it's always said that a phone in a dream is very much about communication, either with source or guides or with ourself, obviously our whole being, so our higher self. So really important if you ever have a dream with a phone in it, and just always notice what's happening with the phone. And it was, I remember I had a phone dream. My beautiful friend had passed a few weeks before, and another friend was in this dream, and I knew it was a real dream because afterwards when I talked to my friend, I said, did you know this person? And she went, yeah, we actually got on really well the times we did catch up at your place. And there was a combi in it, and my friend had been looking at buying a combi. We went to this certain suburb, and that's where my friend's sister lived, and this friend that had passed was there helping her sister with something, and that she did have that actual medical equipment happening at that time. It was just crazy. But then I tried to take a photo I said, I haven't got my phone with me, so I had to borrow someone else's phone. I was going, please take a photo of us because she's not dead. And they were taking photos. I was going, but nothing's coming out. I want to show everyone she's not dead, because she kept saying, I'm not dead. And I woke up, went, oh, of course she's not dead, because the first thing I said to her in the dream was, oh, you're here, but you're dead. But we don't die. So so the phone thing was quite pertinent in that type of situation.
Yeah. I mean, I've had several phone dreams, telephones, forms. It's a form of communication. And here's the book, basically, I'll read out what it says here. If you are making a call, you are asking for help or understanding in a certain situation, or it is necessary for you to do so in order to gain clarity. If someone is calling you, it usually represents your guidance, trying to get your attention with an important message. Look at any telephone dreams closely.
Beautiful. It's true. Yeah. So I'd love to know if anyone's had any sort of dreams like that, whether there's a IT involved, technology or phones or whatever it is. Let us know. And everyone will probably have them this week. It'll be like...
And just on that, the smartphone one, it's a new edition at the back. It's because mobile phone isn't in the front section of this book. And it says, in a dream, using your smartphone is a smart way to send and receive messages from your guidance.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. Because they call them cell phones, don't they, in the US? So cells. Yes. So that's good that they've put the smartphone in. Wow.
Yeah. No, I think they're very, and to me, when you get that's a really big metaphor for communication. It's a big one. And you may never have had a dream with it in it at all. I mean, I just had I think last week I had one with the mobile phone in it. It was running low on battery power, but there was so much more around that dream, and I had time to contemplate it, and it was a great message. And I just thought I just needed to sit with that for a few days to let it sink in. And that's what we've got to remember to do is if you're sending yourself this message, which you often are, you'll work it out because it's designed specifically for your wiring.
Absolutely. It's so true. So let us know if you've had any of those sort of dreams. But
because we share our opinions, that's all they are, opinions, and what we feel we know or sense about something. But ultimately, it's your own opinion that matters the most because it's coming from your bigger soul that's trying to come in and communicate now with you. And I feel that it's going to come thick and fast for a lot of people.
Oh, and this is why I feel that the Eight of Wands came up, because that's really fast when things are shifting, changing.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
New things, which would be really interesting. But I did have a message from Dave, our Dave that comes on with us. And he said he'd been watching some David Wilcock, and he was talking about something interesting. I'll just read it out from here. And he said he's trying to quote it. So he said, the universal heartbeat, when you tune into your heartbeat, you are actually tuning into a hologram of the cosmos. It's something that is within us, within stars, within planets, and also happens in the galactic center. There are these in and out oscillations that creates an enormous amount of energy that vibrates the material around us and creates the sacred geometry. Also creates the spacings of the planets and the orbits of the planets. So for me, I don't agree with the orbiting of planets, but I do agree with the actual hologram and the oscillations and the energy that comes through from the ones that have been fixed. I feel we're in a bit of a fake sort of place in a way. So but it's true, and it's the heart. And then he said, you always start to tune into your heart at start of meditations. Probably this is why. So you tune into everything. So, and he just said, dream-wise, I'm dreaming about my work, but tell myself every night I don't want to. We talk about that. So there is a hidden lesson somewhere I need to figure out. Have a nice weekend. So when we say we don't want to dream about something, what is our subconscious here?
Dream about something.
Because there's no negatives, no don'ts within the subconscious.
Exactly. Dream of something you're thinking.
And I was just talking to Zandy the other day, and she said she started to have a snake dream, and she's always said, I would prefer you give me that message in another way. She said she woke up instantly and went, no, give it to me in another way. And she did. She got it in another way. Wow. So Dave, maybe ask for it in another way rather than you don't want that dream. Ask for a dream that will come through to you in a way where you know that you might need to relate it to work, or you might need to relate it just to yourself. So that's what I would be doing. So
maybe Zan can start thinking thinking of dreams to do with horses now rather than
instead of snakes. Well, see, the snakes, because she doesn't like them, as everyone knows, and everybody, a lot of people don't like snake dreams. So and it's
that's interesting, because when I pulled this card, even though there's no snake reference in the card, but the dragonfly is in that card up there at the top. And the dragonfly to me is that whole transformational process, that quantum leap of shedding, of letting everything go all of a sudden, and then bang, you just need to be where you need to be. And that's funny, because that's yesterday up in my little studio. I was creating, because I create these little badgy things, and I created that city, which is the highest essence of what you can be, of freedom. And freedom is all about the dragonfly. If you look really closely, there's the dragonfly's tail going up to the top of the head, which is the bead, and the ribbon are the wings with the spine coming down the middle, and that represents freedom. So in a way, I feel like what we're trying to do now, and I look to do this in my dreams, is to take me to that higher level of consciousness of who I am. Show me that in a dream, and that will bring me to this ultimate free state where I'm not tied down with all of my old baggage or thinking or anything anymore. And that's a big deal, because we find comfort in that. But
I know. Changing up something, can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put up Sherry's comment about the mirrors that we were talking about previously.
Oh, the mirrors are made of the elements silver and water. Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating because I remember, I love it when I read, I'm an avid reader, and when I read books, I remember things that stand out to me. And one of them was about this portal in this story, and it was called the Sylph. And I'd never heard of the Sylph before that. And it was actually silver and water together. So that's really, really interesting.
It is interesting because it's like, and that's what Quicksilver is too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got that combination.
So I know when I remember things distinctly like that, or it grabs my attention, I go, oh, there's some truth in this.
Yes.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
So this is from Jelly.
Last week, I remember an experience of 30 years ago and how it was so much more complicated then, I thought. Then I got a phone call from someone, and their life at the moment is exactly the same pattern situation. When I have long, complicated dreams, I can get phones. Phoning people that can't find information on a computer, or someone making a phone call, then handing the phone to me. Oh.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I feel in real life, I guess phones are going to be doing the same thing as what they do in our dreaming as well.
And sometimes people say, oh, mobile phones, when they introduced that, they were, they were bad and what they did, and now everyone can't get off them and they're connected. But in actual fact, I actually think the technology was brilliant, has been there for a long time, but eventually we won't need them because we would just be talking to each other through the ether. And I did try this the other day. I was at Officeworks, which is where you get printing done here in Australia. And it was a bit of a queue, and I was waiting. There's a lady in front with a baby. The baby was getting agitated, and it was just, I could see it just peering every now and then into the air, around. So I thought, I'm going to make eye contact with this child, and I'm going to try and telepathically talk to it, because I had nothing else to do. I needed the baby. And honestly, I just looked straight into this baby's eyes, excuse me, and straight away I knew we've got a link, we've connected now. And I thought, well, I can't talk like an adult. You're still a child. You're still in a child's body. So, but I know you're frustrated. So we were talking, I was doing very simple talking to this child. And the child was like, if you could look even harder into someone's eyes, this child was doing that. The baby was just looking even harder into my eyes. And then, and we had lots of interaction. Every time the baby got a bit niggly, I would just make eye contact again and would just smile, and we just settled down and calmed down instantly. I think the mother had no idea she was dealing with the man behind the counter. And she said, look, I'm going to have to go. My baby's getting a bit agitated. And I'm thinking, actually, your baby's not getting agitated. Not as much as you're the one. And the child is actually pretty cool about it, because that's what message I was getting with the baby. And at the very end, when the baby was leaving, I'm thinking, I've got to check this. So that means you're okay, right? Like, it's not you, it's your mum, probably more than anyone. So are you okay? And the child literally pulled the thumb up and went, like
oh, my goodness.
The baby, Marie. And went like this, put the thumb down, and then I just had a giggle, and it had a giggle, and then they walked out. And I just thought, that was a whole conversation going on there without any words. And these things have been a stepping stone towards us maybe understanding it, because people say, oh, no, that's impossible. You can't use telepathy.
Yes.
You tell me how you can ring someone on the other side of the world and see a picture of them and hear their voice. They're not in the room. They're using some form of radio frequency. It's got to,
absolutely.
Yet you believe that. So I feel it's a stepping stone.
Yeah. And, I've been doing it for years with telepathy and absolutely knowing, like you said, down to like what the exact words of a conversation. And I might be going through this, because I used to drive a lot for work. And so I'd often be having these little conversations with a friend. And then the next day this friend would ring, and I'd go, I know why they're ringing, and I'm not allowed to tell them what the answer is. I have to get it out of them for them to get their aha moment. And it would be exactly what we'd been talking about the day before in my own head. So look, I agree. I think we are telepathic. Of Of course we are. I mean, this is how I communicate with animals. You know, I would often do a visual for them. And like with Clive, like I said, if he's out at night and I want to lock the door, I'll just be like, Clive, you better come back now or you're going to be locked outside. Literally 2 minutes later, there he is running in. And I just go, thank you, every time without fail. It's, yeah.
And you've been working on that for so long that, you know, animals will tune into you straight away. They'll know, oh, yeah, here's this lady over here. She's tuned into us. She's on our frequency.
Yeah. So, you know, and it's fun. I love animals like that. So much fun. So, wow. So, so if anyone wants to share any dreams, feel free. I didn't have any dreams sent through this week. So, yes. So, Nick, have you had anything that's worthy of note?
I did. I've been getting a lot of visuals of colour, and it's continued again this week. And I did have a very short snippet of a dream where it was showing like a checkerboard. Yeah. And the checkerboard, imagine the checkerboard being like the beach line, and then the ocean line was just rows of colours. They weren't every colour in the rainbow. There were specific colours, and that they would just be next to each other, not so much merging in, but just next to each other. And then I would see that the checkerboard would fall away, and then I would just see another 2 stripes of colour come in. And then I would see maybe like a set of rocks that were grey in colour. And then I would go back to that 2 stripes of colour. I'm thinking there's a lot of movement in colour going on here. And I thought this is all about realigning something within me. I'm sure of it. And because I don't need to see images all the time now, as in like I'm driving a car or I'm holding a mobile phone. I'm just able to do whatever it is I'm doing in my dreams just through colour, because I love colour. And so this has continued on in my dreams. So since last week, I've had more and more imagery coming in. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually practicing trying to see colour around me and things that aren't that colour, if that makes sense. Like literally thinking I can change the colour of something in front of me to see what colour that the frequency that my body is needing at the time.
Exactly, you know, and colour is so healing. It's just it's so healing, and it has its own vibration.
Yes.
So and it's, you know, it's amazing. So the fact that you're getting that, like the ocean of colour as well.
Yeah.
So on an emotional level, like when I run the transference healing session for people, we do a whole colour coding that comes through for them as well on the emotional level to help rebalance. So it's just so important.
Because that checkerboard to me is like the computer in here, the natural computer that we've got in our brain, and the frequency, and it comes, and I keep getting that electromagnetic thing that's happening for us at the moment, because it's happening externally for us as more light gets forced in. So we have to process it some way.
That's so true.
Oh, I had a dream that everything and everyone, including myself, were numbers only. Oh, wow. That to me is like computer programming code.
Oh, so is. I wonder what numbers you were. I'd love to know that. So, this is interesting because Marie's put something up.
Daytime and before sleep, I was thinking of things I need to do, and a random nature picture appeared. One was snow on the ground with dark sticks sticking out. Another, a field of hay swinging in the wind. And then 2 mountain peaks, beautiful sky between.
Wow. So I wonder what that would, well, the snow is still emotional. Snow is frozen water, but pure. It's white with dark sticks sticking out. So that's really interesting. Markers, maybe some emotional markers for you as well. Interesting to know what you feel about it.
Yeah, I'm very interested to know.
Yeah. Oh, and so Jillian.
They're all single-digit numbers, but I can remember 7.
Do you want to look up 7? I think it's spiritual. Do you want to look up 7?
Spiritual. Yeah, it's definitely spiritual. So, 7, it says the mystical number marking beginnings and endings, cyclic periods for growth and development, the 7 chakras, 7 days to create the world, 7 heavens, every 7 years is death and rebirth cycle.
There you go. So that
Mm.
was definitely telling you something for sure. So, okay, so this is interesting. It's from Sherry.
True. There's a mask that you can get for cheap called Mindfold, and it comes with felt swatches for you to practice. Is that like so that you can use telepathy and start seeing imagery instead of like those children that have been trained to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So I watched that just not long ago. I was watching this beautiful little child completely blindfolded and able to put all these puzzle pieces into this thing, and then the right colors. So, and making a pyramid with the colors that fitted into it. I was just completely blindfolded. Like it was just that faith and trust that they know they can feel that frequency that comes with the color.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. And
So,
we're all capable of doing it. I mean, it's just we have to just remember how to do it again. That's all, and retrain.
It's so true, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Once they play soccer and they're playing soccer or something, kicking balls around, and they're all blind. And you know, it's not just AI stuff. These are documentaries that have been done where they've had people come in and think, all right, I'm going to test to make sure you're not cheating, and it's complete blackout for them, and they're just kicking a ball around.
They know what they're doing. They can feel it. They're just tuned in. So yeah, exactly. So hi, Angel Laurie, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Yes, and yes, for telepathy, definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, and numbers. Yeah, Maria, I think with what you experienced with all of your snow and the sticks and everything, I think there's definitely more to it. You know, nature, I find nature's images and visuals are just huge messages, and you can just get so much out of it. So yeah.
I thought maybe this is something we could ask our beautiful crystal skull.
Okay, what do we want to ask Jasper? Hello, Jasper. Hi, and Kim's on. Hi, Kim. So
maybe something, because I'm just feeling that, I think, because I can see some comments here about yes for telepathy, and I just feel that it's a really exciting thing to look forward to. You know, there's a lot going on at the moment that is dragging us down. So maybe some awareness that we're going to get through telepathy, and maybe some way that we can foster it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what Jasper just said to me, which I hadn't even thought about. It's like, well, who do you think you're telepathizing with when you're actually talking with your God divine self? I didn't even think of that. So yeah,
of course.
So, I know. So he's giggling. He thinks he's really funny. And it's almost like an enhancement. Like for me, Jasper's like an enhancement of that connection in as well to that crystalline world. I mean, I used to play with this stuff all the time, and I'd say to someone, they might have had a friend overseas, whether it was Germany, Europe, wherever, and I'd go, you just tell me their name, tell me, you know where they live or whatever, and maybe their age, and that would be it. And then I would just tune into them, and I could tell them what they'd had for breakfast, what they actually were wearing, and all of that. And then they would connect with them, and it would be accurate. So you know, of course we can. We don't even have to know the person. So yeah. So and I think this is what a lot of people that get psychic attack. Or the other thing to remember, which a lot of people don't know, is when we are hard on ourselves, when we do really negative thoughts to ourselves or whatever, people that are in our consciousness, like whether it's friends, whatever, will pick up on that and then will think that about you. And I only learnt this through Zandy, thank God. And I was going, I don't think like that about Zandy, but she'd been really hard on herself. And I went, have you been thinking blah, blah, blah about yourself? And she went, yes, exactly. And I went, right, you got to stop it. Because I was getting it. So this is sometimes, you know, psychic attack and things like that can often be because we are thinking about ourselves in that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It feeds it, doesn't it? If someone else is getting that message, it just feeds it more and more.
Yeah. Wow. So Angel Laurie's had some experience with telepathy.
I have strong telepathy between my best friend from day one of meeting each other. I have telepathy with 3 co-workers, but I know they are soul family. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly, and you just know, and it's like you just know, so you don't even question it. You just don't. And we've got a whole group of friends that I'm like that with as well. So I think I've told you the story. We were my friend's birthday, so we all went down to they've got a beautiful place just at the bottom of Mount Warning, and so we went to Flutterby's, the beautiful little restaurant that's there. And we were just waiting for our food, and I'd been off hat shopping, and then my other friends went off hat shopping, and the food turned up, and my other friend goes to me, "Oh, I better go and get them." Went, "Don't worry, I've already sent them a message."
Mhm.
I just go, "Oh, you weirdo." Anyway, she got up, and they were on their way back, and before she said a word, they said, "Don't worry, we got the message." And she's going, "You lot," it's just so weird. But yeah, thank you, we are. So it's almost like I couldn't have made that stuff up.
Yes,
So
yeah, exactly. No, and it
yeah.
happens more often than we realise. We just haven't been paying attention.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Well, we're all part of that field, aren't we? So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, Kim says, I have telepathy with my daughter. Yes,
yeah,
perfect. And so you would. It would make
of
complete
course.
sense that you do.
Well, I have read somewhere as well that there's an interchange of fetal cells and maternal cells that actually then stay forever
Yes.
within both aspects of the daughter, son, or a mum. So, absolutely, there would be
Yeah,
that telepathy as well.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and Kim had it with her beautiful doggy who just
And I had
passed.
it
Yeah,
with my
of
dog who
course.
just passed. Yeah,
Animals are so receptive to it.
I know.
It's and it's so funny because Clive can be really naughty with me. I think he thinks he owns me. So if I don't do something fast enough, he will try and bite my leg. But he actually, you can see it in his eyes. He's telling me to F off as well. I know it. I know that's what he's
Yes,
thinking, those
yes,
words. Like, it's just,
exactly.
yeah. So, and Zandy picked up on that. She said, I woke up because she was sleeping on the couch one night. She said, I woke up, Clive was just staring at me because she wasn't sleeping in the way where he could get in between her legs and sleep with her. She was on his side. He was real cranky. So she said, he was telling me to F off. I could hear it. I went, I know he does that. I know. So funny. So, and
Yes.
whoops, where are we? So,
Sherry says, when I'm in nature, I will gently squint and then relax my eyes. I gaze into the horizon or into the forest, and spectrums of colours begin to appear. They're beyond our colour palette and translucent. Yes, that's a great technique, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Sherry, I remember one morning I used to live right on the beach, so I was up really early and I actually watched the sun come up and I was meditating. And as I was meditating, the colours came through the sun, each colour, the red, then the orange, and I was going, am I really seeing this? It was so amazing. And absolutely, it's a frequency. It's all frequency. So, and definitely beyond our colour palette too. So, yeah.
Yes, yes. I mean, and these are the things that we're looking forward to experiencing more and more. And then all this other dross of life will just fall away because we're just being faced. Imagine when more and more people start acquiring these skills back again, you'll start
Yeah.
to see that they don't care about all this bad energy stuff anymore. They're not going to be looping through stuff anymore because they've got something new to explore. You know,
Exactly.
the mind's going to be shaken out of something completely into being empty of and to embrace all this beautiful stuff that we've got to look forward to.
And just creating a new system for ourselves, like
Yeah,
however we
yeah,
choose to live.
I
So,
know.
Angel Laurie, that's funny. She tries to communicate telepathically, but it never works. Have you tried visualizing with them? Like, yeah, I don't know, have you tried visualizing when you want them to do something? Have you tried just sitting and visualizing? Don't use words. Imagine them doing it. To see what
Mm,
happens with that if you haven't tried that, because that's what works
mm,
with animals.
mm,
I talk to their higher self as well. So I go up through
mm,
my higher self to their higher self, and I
yeah.
communicate with them, especially if when I was fostering, and I would make sure that they felt my energy, they knew they were safe, and the results were amazing because I hadn't met this animal yet. Then they'd bring them, like if it's a dog, out into the play yard area, and they'd be going, "Gosh, they're really calm with you." And it's like, yeah, well, I've already talked to them, but I'd also just put across love and energy of kindness and safety.
Yeah. And that's what
So,
we can do with each other as human beings. If you feel like you need to help someone, but we know we shouldn't interfere with their journey, you can go in and talk to their higher self or their own soul and just send them that love and support and say, I'm here for you energetically. And then you're not causing any further drama in the
yeah,
situation of that person. And they're actually getting it. They're getting it directly from the top.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Kylie, oh no, sorry,
Regarding,
it's Sherry.
yeah. So regarding colour, imagine
Yep.
the fabrics and art interior wall colours. It will be beautiful. Oh, right. Yes, of course. Yes. Imagine what I was talking about there, imagining colour. Yeah, I know.
I know,
It'll be fantastic.
be amazing.
Mm.
So, but Kim's got a question.
Kim says, what does it mean when you squint and relax your eyes and you're looking at someone and you see a different face or something different from their face altogether?
Mm. Kim, what do you think that means? What would you say is going on in that situation? So, because I mean, I discovered this when I did a lot of mirror work, and I was going, okay, I know what's going on here. So if you have any idea about it, put it down. If you don't, that's fine. But yeah, just it's a really good question.
It is a
And
very good question.
yeah, so and even animals can change as well when we do that with them. You can see other
Because the
aspects.
eyes, eyes and ears are so important to our sensing, and that it reprograms something when you do these sort of things. Allowing the light into our eyes or reducing the light into our eyes, it would rewire something in the brain to remember how to do something, or seek out something else that we've had blocked. And Kim says it's like another side to them.
Yeah, that's one aspect of it. It can be like another aspect of themselves. But we all have our different archetypes within us, obviously. To me, also, it can be from another timeline. It can also be from another life experience. I've seen my face as completely male, and
Me too. Me
kids
too.
and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely can be because our soul is like a recorder. So all of that, all of the remnants are there, and it's whatever I needed to know and understand about myself at the time. So doing that mirror work where you do that can be really enlightening too. So
Yeah.
so
I used to do it a lot as a child. Yeah, shapeshifters. Yeah, I never knew that word growing up. I wish I'd known it. It would have probably been a really good way for me to read more about it. And that's funny that that's exactly what that card is. Again, that shape-shifting card. We always lead us down a track, don't we? Yes. And Marie says, I wonder if the other face is how we know them in another time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're showing us that memory.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah. So Angel Laurie, so Angel Laurie, I wouldn't do it with your beautiful dogs. I wouldn't do it when you were like frustrated with them or mad. Being calm, and then just even if you wanted to try and get them to come up like on the bed with you or on a chair or whatever it is, just do it in a way like that. So yeah, that's fun. It's always fun. So cool.
But for
Wow.
those people, can I just say, Marie, those people that have done mirror work or understand mirror work, a very simple thing, and it's exactly what anyone can do it, is stand in front of a mirror and just relax, take some breaths, get centered, and just stare into this part of your face. You don't have to stare into your eyes, you can. And then eventually your attention will be drawn to this part of your face without looking at it directly. And that's where you'll start to see a whole world of yous. You're in a different realm, a different lifetime, and it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. And often just when I brush my teeth, I'll do it. Because for some reason that movement, that repetitive movement relaxes me enough, and then something will just appear and I'll go, oh, okay, I see that. And then I'll that's it. That's all I need.
Absolutely. And Angel Laurie's had an experience. Yeah.
Oh, one night when I woke up to go use my restroom, I was washing my hands in the candlelight. I looked up the mirror and it wasn't me. I was a tall light being. Yeah. I blinked and then it was me again. Just figured I must have been dreaming while washing my hands.
You're tapping in to an
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes using candlelight or having a light off altogether with just a little bit coming in from another room is really a good way to do that sort of mirror work too.
Yeah.
Another thing that I love doing it when I've been sun gazing. I'll come inside. My friend taught me this, and I stand in front of the mirror, and all the colours are going right through my whole energetic field. So there'll be those vivid greens, and then like a purple, and then a gold, and it's amazing. So that's another really cool thing to do as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Now I'm glad that you brought that example up, because I think that's very true. The softness of a light candle. I have a red plug-in light, so it creates a nice soft light.
Yes, it does. It's definitely, you don't need that strong light on everything. So, well, talking of, shall we do a really quick meditation? We've nearly finished, so let's just do a really quick meditation. The one that's come up is psychic development number 27. Isn't that interesting with everything like the cards you've drawn and everything that's come up? So let's have a little look at this. 27. So it's our third eye chakra, which a lot of people have been talking about, a lot of light body symptoms around with the ears. I know I've had all this as well. So you've called upon this card today, as it is a powerful time to develop your psychic abilities. Connecting to our psychic awareness is like having an extra sense. People often refer to it as the sixth sense. Everyone is psychic, and now it's time for you to deepen your abilities. You could possibly have a lineage of psychic ancestors, as this gift can be handed down through your bloodline. So there are four main ways that we connect to our psychic abilities: through vision, hearing, knowing, and feeling. There's more. There's also smell. There's it's so many more. These senses are like muscles. The more you work with them, the stronger they become. There is usually one sense that comes more naturally to you than the others, and you are encouraged to focus on it. So it's time to start flexing your psychic muscle to discover new wisdom for yourself and others. Pulling this card could also mean that you've been working on your psychic abilities, and you're encouraged to keep going, as the answers for you at this time will come through your connection to your higher self. Isn't this interesting? This is what we've been talking about.
Amazing.
So interesting. So the affirmation is, I'm deeply connected to my intuition and reclaim my psychic gifts now. So, and I'm already getting told what I'm going to do with this one. So sometimes we do have little, we can put little blocks or locks or something, into an area where it hasn't been time for us to fully open them. So of course this works with our pineal gland, and that chakra that comes through there. So have a look at that one. So it's the purple, okay, that indigo color that goes through. All right. So let's we'll do it really quickly, but you can continue to do this as well. So if you're sitting, just have your feet nice and flat on the floor. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, just close your eyes and let yourself drop really deeply into your body. Another breath in. And this time, take your attention into that beautiful heart chakra. This is where everything comes through and is released from. See, sense, or feel vibrant white light beginning to birth deep within that heart space. And as this light expands, it releases any pain, any blocks, anything that's not of love, clearing, softening. And then just allow that white light to expand out through your body into every cell. So you're vibrating with this white light. And then it expands into your energy field, your light body. Any cords, hooks, or ties that need to be dissolved, released. Just allow the light to do this for you. Bringing through that sense of peace and that connection, deep connection, into your divine wisdom. And now take your attention into your third eye, just in the center of your forehead. See, sense, or feel a beautiful silver light spiraling through that chakra. right through into all of the physical aspects, your pineal gland, your brain, the pituitary gland. And if there's any locks or blocks or schisms that need to be cleared, just allow this silver light to do that. And then see, sense, or feel a beautiful amethyst crystal, the frequency of that crystal light coming through the third eye. Let it fill up the whole chakra, all through the head area, bringing in whatever is needed to activate your third eye chakra. And while this is happening, just ask your divine wisdom, what is my greatest gift and talent? What is the best way for me to move forward with owning my talents that I've mastered in other lifetimes, that my soul brings through for me now? And then whatever you get, just trust this and just say thank you for helping me to expand my remembrance and awareness around this gift and talent. And then just gently, gently allow that purple light to start to come back through and closing gently to your third eye chakra, so it's in the perfect positioning for you for the whole day. Feel how light you are. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to the here and now just by wriggling your toes, focusing on your breath, knowing that you're remembering and bringing back through your gifts and talents. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you want to share what you've experienced, we'd love to have your comments. Nick, how did you go?
My whole forehead is just buzzing right now. But yeah, I'm not going to say anything because I've just got this image in my body and I'm going to hold on to it for a while.
Yep, and that's it. We can do that. And I felt that. I felt like something would come through for people. So, yeah. So on that note, I think we will finish there for today from the Dream Team. So thank you, all our beautiful family, for being on. You're very loved. And thank you, Nick, as always. And
Thanks,
we will
Marie.
see you either tomorrow on Elisa's show or next week here.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. It was lovely.